Welcome everybody, this is Japan America 86, also known as KR Black 86 in some places, and the KR stands for Kamen Rider, which I'm a fan of. And today we have the next edition of introducing my collection. And what you see here is the Final Fantasy Ultimania archive, which goes through the first 6 games on the first book, and then 7, 8, and 9 right here. And then, of course, I got the hardcover collector's edition of Final Fantasy 13. Now, these books are kind of hard to find. And I managed to find them in a shop close to where I live, 2nd and Charles. And the prices of these are pretty high, but I only wound up paying a fraction for it. I got all 3 books on the same day. And what we see here is we got art from the first 6 games, and then from the other 3. Of course, you know there's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and all the way down to 15, not to mention the side stories. But we got some artwork here. This is from Final Fantasy IV, but we received it here in the States as Final Fantasy II. Just a lot of beautiful artwork, information, maps. These are not strategy guides, though. They're just artwork and telling about the game and bits and pieces of it. So there are those. And then this one right here, we got, well, actually I can't even open this one because it's actually sealed, as you can see. But then we got Final Fantasy 13. And now I understand that Final Fantasy 13 gets a bit of a bad rap. Not as bad as Mystic Quest, but a bad rap nonetheless. But I got it primarily because I think the game is okay. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's okay. And also, I'm pretty sure I can use this now that they put Final Fantasy 13 on the Game Pass. So, tell me your thoughts on these books and what more you will like to know. But one thing is, as far as the Final Fantasy games, I like the ones I've played, which are 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. But I'm currently playing Legend of Zelda right now, which I'll show you later. And to me, they're great games. I love Final Fantasy VII, right here with Cloud Strife, because there was an environmental message in there about draining the life of the earth, and basically they're eco-terrorists is what they were, but I didn't like the terrorist part. It was just, I understood the story made sense about pollution and draining of natural resources. I thought it was an interesting story. 8, right here. 8 I liked because I enjoyed the game. Now, some people have their take on it, but I enjoyed it. And, of course, with 9, it went back to more of the fantasy aspect. Previous 2 were science fiction, so to speak. Had a science fiction background with a little bit of fantasy. But with Final Fantasy IX, it went back to fantasy. Now, like I said, I spent a fraction of how much it would cost because they were actually trying to get rid of them. So I bought them and brought them home. And there's something else I want to show you, so I'll be right back and we'll continue. Here we are. We have the Legend of Zelda Encyclopedia. Now this has information on all the Zelda games, and I believe that Breath of the Wild is also included, but I know Skyward Sword is. And as you can see, we have pictures of the dungeons, all the different monsters you come across. Ooh, Stalfos. And we have our things here, different kind of bombs and things like that. Currently, I am playing Skyward Sword on Nintendo Switch, on my Switch Lite. And it's definitely a different experience. With Skyward Sword HD on the Switch, with the Switch Lite, you're having to use the right thumbstick to slash and use your sword. So there's that, and just having to learn that aspect and all the different experiences and breakable weapons and sailcloth and also stamina meter. So I'm learning about that and getting bits and pieces on that, but I'm enjoying it, and I think it's a good game. So I thought I'd show you more of my collection in the video game aspect. Thank you for joining me. Like and subscribe if you're willing, and share with your friends. This is Japan America Age 6. Thank you. God bless, and be safe out there. And take care of each other, and let's show love in this world. Thank you.